What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. We are in Brooklyn, New York. I'm Carlos, and today with me is Santeri from the mighty Amorphis.
See.
Today is a very special day. It's the release day of your 15th album, Borderland, and we are here to celebrate it. And we're gonna listen to it. We're gonna talk about it. But before we start with that, I like to start this conversation by asking you something very simple. What has been on your playlist recently?
Oh, good question. Well, Borderland.
Okay.
We are starting.
Obviously.
But we are starting the tour, so we have to practice a couple of songs. And it's been a while. We already got the songs like 3 months ago.
Okay.
So basically, I forgot everything. So I've been trying to remember how the songs go. So I've been listening Borderland for a while.
All right, great. And how is New York treating you so far?
Excellent. We came yesterday with it's like a 10-hour flight.
Yeah.
We met a local record company and some friends from Germany from the record company are here. We took a dinner and then we took a couple of beers.
Nice.
Some nice late night New York pizza slice and go to
That's
bed.
A must.
Go to bed and I slept totally well. And today was sunny also. We went to the Empire State Building and Times Square. Mm-hmm. Had some cup of coffee and now we are starting the release party.
Yes.
And I think it's pre-listening. They play the album. I'm not really sure, but so far so good. All good. No jet lag, nothing. Waiting to grab a couple of cold beers.
That's great. That sounds great so far. 35 years has passed since the inception of the band in 1990, and that on its own, it's a big accomplishment. Not so many bands last that long, and my question to you in that regard is, how do you keep the engine of the band clean and ready to go?
That's a good question. A lot of bands actually they don't last that much. They end up in internal fights, or somebody gets tired of touring, or otherwise it's not working. But I think the main powerhouse in Amorphis is that we are really good friends. You know, we don't. There is no like a dictator in a band or like a drunken idiot in a band. So all the things we do, we are pretty professionals and we are good friends. Nobody annoys anybody in the tour. We have like a pretty good routines for the tour. Touring takes the most time. It's most difficult, but we have pretty good routines in the touring. You know, like some safe spaces, like the bunk area where people sleep. Mm-hmm. Back in the 90s, you go to take a nap and somebody takes away the curtain and shouts like, "Come to drinking, come to drink with us." No, but that doesn't happen anymore. And it's silent in the bus.
Yeah.
And all the madness is gone. You know, we don't when we get to when we get to the show, we don't drink before the show like maniacs. And people start to annoy each other. So we are very experienced, and also making the music is still fun. You know, we don't try to copy ourselves every album. We don't have a certain box where we know what we are doing. So every album is kind of a fresh surprise also for us, like how it turned out to be. Mm-hmm. That keeps the band pretty excited still about going on tour and to play the new songs and see people's reactions. So we've done all our adult life already and I don't see any problems in the horizon. Let's hope everybody stays healthy, and nobody gets tired of touring. You know, that's how Amorphis keeps rolling. And thanks for the fans who follow us still, and maybe we can gain some new fans always with the new album.
Absolutely. I'm sure you will. Yes. Today, as I was saying, we are celebrating the release of the 15th album, Borderland. Can you tell us what the album represents in the current state of the band?
I like to see it as a kind of like new era, because we did like 3 albums in a row with the same producer, the Swedish Jens Bogren, and everybody knows that we changed the producer to the Danish Jakob Hansen.
Yes.
We also changed the graphical designer. So we always had kind of like eras in the band, like 90s was the experimental era. Tales, Elegy, Karelia. Then there was the Pasi Koskinen era, Tuon Elam Universum, Far from the Sun. Then there was the era we did Eclipse, Silent Waters, Skyforger, Beginning of Times. We self-produced the albums, and they are kind of like one big family. We used the same cover artist and stuff like that. And then we had the Jens Bogren era. So I don't know. I think it represents some sort of a new fresh start, musical-wise.
Yeah.
But obviously we didn't try to change everything. It just turned out to be more straightforward, more melodic, and we took more risks because we had a chance that we have a new producer. That's a good chance to try to find new elements, new dimensions to the music. With the same producer, it's not that simple, because he also takes part in how does it sound and stuff.
Yeah.
So we thought that we have to find new elements, new dimensions to the music, and we changed the new producer. And actually, I don't know how people feel about it, because today it was released. So let's see what the people think about it. But for me, it is fresh Amorphis. There is Amorphis elements from the past, but it absolutely doesn't sound like the Halo, the previous album, like Halo #2, or a continuation to Halo. For me, at least, it sounds very fresh and something else than you probably didn't expect after listening Halo and Queen of Time.
Right, and we received the promo thanks to your record label, and we have been listening to it, and we love it. I agree with you. It sounds very fresh.
Yeah,
and I love that.
Yeah, somehow the new producer, he wasn't that strict with tiny details. He didn't really participate on the arrangement process. So the band actually produced all the music, all the details, everything. And I think that's why it's also sounds a little bit more organic than the previous ones, which were like all the tiny details. Every tiny bit of detail I was kind of like taking care of the producer. But now it sounds more like a band album. We didn't spend that much time in a studio to re-record, make it absolutely perfection in the playing wise.
Right.
So it sounds for me also more organic than the previous product. I'm not comparing them which one is better, but personally, that's the main difference for me. That it's more organic, sound is bigger, there's more space, and it's basically Amorphis how we sound. There is not so much extra elements brought to the table, like choir suddenly, or what Jens Bogren loved, he added some stuff. So it basically sounds like Amorphis in an organic way, and Jakob did very big and massive sound, which I'm very happy at the Borderland.
Yes.
And I'm really waiting to hear what fans think about it, or anyone. So far I've only heard like record company's opinion and the management's opinion, but to be honest, I really care about like how the people who listen to Amorphis, come to Amorphis shows, how they feel about it. That's the most important thing anyway.
Right. I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, the singles Bones and Dancing Shadow, they both have full production videos, and they are both very engaging to see. Congratulations on that. And I would like to ask if how the filming process went on those videos.
Well, Patrick Olaus, a Swedish guy, we worked with him with Hopeless Days and The Wanderer from Circle, and also he did the Moon video from Halo.
Yeah.
So we know him pretty well, and he just told us that he bought a castle.
A castle? Wow.
Or mansion or castle. I think he called it castle. I would say it was a huge mansion in the middle of nowhere in a field.
Okay.
And he just said like, yeah, let's make 2 videos. Come to my house or the mansion, that we can shoot both videos there. Obviously, we were like, what? We go somewhere in the middle of nowhere to a house to shoot videos.
Yeah.
But actually, it worked. He's such a professional, and it was a huge place. So you can see in the Dancing Shadow video, we are actually playing in the courtyard of his mansion.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's trying some new tricks with camera techniques. The bones parts, we shot it in the cellar. In the mid part of his house, he had the green screen, so we can do some just guys one-on-one guys playing.
Yeah.
And we also shot some parts in attic, so we totally used every possible shooting location in his castle.
Yeah.
and we did the Dancing Shadow and Bones there.
Any dungeon in the castle?
Oh well, the cellar was actually it's in Bones. You can see where Tommy's singing with the chains and stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody played their parts also in the cellar. Yeah, it was kind of a dungeon.
Nice.
So that's how it was done. And you don't normally shoot videos at somebody's home.
Right.
You know, there was a sofa you can watch TV when somebody's playing his parts like 5 meters away.
But that was a special home, right?
Yeah, and Patrick, both videos look great.
Yeah.
And we were there one day, and then we watched the Eurovision Song Contest and stuff. It was a great experience, and thank you, Patrick. Yeah, but he's such a professional. All his videos look great. Yeah.
Awesome.
We are happy with the videos.
Yeah, the results are great. Now the band has announced an upcoming European tour along with Arch Enemy, LVT, and a couple of more bands, and then some more dates in Finland in December. But my question is, when can we expect to see Amorphis here in North America and also in Latin America?
I don't have the dates for the North American tour. I know it was planned for the spring. I don't have to drop you dates, but I think in South America we will definitely come on fall of 26. So 1 year.
All right.
I've seen some dates. I'm not sure if they're confirmed, so I'm not going to tell you anything.
Yeah.
But I think that's under very hard planning. That we probably September, October, or something like that.
All right.
We do like a proper South American tour.
Great.
But all the dates live still because nowadays it's such a task to go somewhere, and it's very expensive. We have to take a lot of personnel with us and stuff. So, and it's going to be high quality production. So agents are working on it, but we will definitely do North American tour and South American tour.
Awesome.
I haven't got the dates for North American tour. We got some offers which we couldn't take.
Right.
But South America, I would say maybe in a year.
Okay, so stay tuned, everybody in Latin America. Yeah, and I would like to wrap up this chat by asking you, what is one of your favorite backstage stories?
Okay, I have millions.
I'm sure.
Okay, our ex-singer, Pasi Koskinen, we were playing in Hungary in some festival, but it was kind of like a stadium. And Amon Amarth was there also. Okay. And we shared the backstage. And Pasi got really drunk after the show. We played and he got super drunk. He drank some local booze and stuff, and that's fine. Back in the days, we all got wasted after the show. And then he passed out in the backstage, and I went to see some other bands. And when I came back to wake up Pasi, Amon Amarth, he was lying in the middle of the backstage, and Amon Amarth guys were using him as a table.
Oh,
their shoes were on top of him and beers, and they were singing some Viking songs like, we have beards in the beer. And I was like, hey, that's our singer. Sorry, I have to take your table away. The singer must go. Our shadow is leaving.
Wow, that's great. That's a great story.
Yeah, we are great friends with those guys. But they took advantage of Pasi because there was no table. So our singer became their beer table.
All right. Awesome. Great story. Thank you for sharing that. And if you enjoyed this interview, please like it, share it with your friends. Support Amorphis by buying and streaming Borderland. Go see them live when they go to a city near you. See you next time. But until then, stay metal.